Check, check. Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here on time. Give a couple more minutes, give a couple more minutes for people to log in, and we'll get started. Jeremiah, it's not river tonight. This is 1K, but hopefully I can do it just as good as the river lectures. But Airbnb, I will get on the list for you, man, for sure. Uh, Israel, I think that's how you say your name. Bank of America. Let's do it. And as of now, you guys, I'm giving you guys unmuting privileges. So when I get to your request, feel free to unmute the mic. If you want to talk things over, you can say, hey, I'm in this. I'm green. Where should I trim? Or I'm in this. I'm red. Should I get out or average down? Or I'm looking to get in. It just kind of helps things up because this text chat on Zoom really sucks. But if you're shy, you can type it in the chat as well. But I'll give you guys unmute privileges as of now. But give 1 or 2 more minutes, guys, and we'll dive right in because the time is important. So appreciate that. David, yeah, we'll take a look at SPX and SPY as well. I'll just kind of loop those in for sure. All right, small class tonight, but maybe it's because football's back, or maybe nobody wants to be here. But one more server ping, guys, and we'll get started. Yeah, all right. All right, guys, welcome in. If you're a regular, I'm one of the staff members. You probably know me already. Start with 1K. If you're new, My name is StartedWith, one of the staff members here. More of a day trader, a little bit of swing trades, but we are glad to have you in here. Glad you're putting the time in on a Sunday night. I've been out a week dealing with a few health issues. Not that I need a pity party, but been a week off the charts. So let's see if my brain is still working, guys, and we'll dive right in. But first, guys, first things first. Spike you're kind of making it easy on us. And David will hit the SPX as well for you, brother, since it's kind of right in line. Making it easy. Looks like we made new all-time high last week, but we retraced back into some big levels. So again, that kind of makes it easy on me on some charting tonight. I did check the levels before we started ahead of time, just to kind of see where we're at, where I think we could be going. So first things first, you guys, as of now, the uptrend, short term, we're making higher highs and higher lows each day. And as of now, on Tuesday, we were tracing just a bit. We traced back, pretty much 50% of that move from the week prior. Again, we made a new all-time high, and then we kind of stair-step down. But to me, I like what I see. We didn't break any big levels. I haven't checked the news yet to see if this was just a technical dip, people taking some profit, or a little bit of news hit. But as of now, I like what I see in the charts. Slightly below us and what we tagged, it looks like on Thursday, is our daily 20 moving average. This green dashed line is the daily 20. And then once we reclaim that, this green zone here that I shaded for you guys, that I'd like you guys to kind of put on your charts if you don't already, we can narrow it down to some pennies, but kind of that zone there is that 657 to 658 zone, because you can see when we're over it and reclaim that, how it provides our bottom or our base, and we bounce it. We can sell through that, but ultimately we have not closed under that on a daily candle. So that is good if you're in bullish positions, whether it's SPY or the rest of the market, stuff like that. I like to see that, especially, we got a little bit away from that, for a few days. We came back to it, and lo and behold, get my drawings back up here. We tested again. As of now, obviously lower time frame candles did close below it, but that daily close, we're back over that pocket. And on Friday, we attempted to get close to our sellers. A buyer said, nope, we're pushing back up. It looked like it was a pretty decent range day. Late call buyers probably got smoked to the top. Late people on puts probably got smoked to the bottom. So my area of focus this week, and what you guys to focus on, I'll probably put it in my charts as well, as I ease back into this week trading. As you can see, when we get into this 66282 and this 66177 here, we kind of push up, and what happens when we fail to break, kind of just focus on this red zone here. When we're failing to break that, we sell down below it. We're over it. It provides kind of our springboard action. Again, we finally claim over it. Springboard action, bounce over it, bounce over it. We sold through it on Wednesday. What did it do? A breakdown retest, like I like to talk about week after week. If you got your put entry there, you top ticked on puts, and you got a nice sell down below. So that's very important to watch this week. So as of now, this after hours candle, we'll see where that opens tomorrow pre-market. We'll see where that kind of opens. But long-winded conversation here and an explanation. But this is what I'm watching this week, guys, as I zoom in here. So as of now, we're over that. So we treat this as support. And another thing I want to point out, I haven't talked about this yet tonight, is this purple dashed line is my daily 9 moving average. So quickly, guys, think or swim, you can plot daily moving averages on a smaller time frame. So if we go to daily here, that is that purple line right here that we closed over and we reclaimed, and that is that green line there. So a zoomed in look here at our hourly candles here. These are 1 hour charts here. So what I want to see tomorrow, if you want to be bullish on the market, first and foremost, this section here, first line of defense hold, but ultimately we may chop in this range, but as long as this range holds here, I'm looking to be bullish on swings. I'm looking to be bullish on day trades, both on SPY and the overall market. But any sell through here, the 661.77, we can see just Friday alone and back on Wednesday, when we sell through that and we don't get back over, what happens? The algorithm kicks into the downside, and we get some selling pressure that kicks in, and we retest it, and then they battle it back, and ultimately they closed over. So this is what I'm calling a chop zone, you guys, if you want to take a screenshot or take notes on these two levels here to the right. This is kind of no man's land. This is like a scalping for river in here. Any break over, I'm bullish on the day for a possible trend to catch these targets up here. Not saying we'll get all-time highs in one day, but that's kind of what I'm watching. Any thoughts on SPY before I go on to QQQ and then your guys' requests? I always like to do the overall market to kind of show us where we're at, where I think we're going. Let me hit on SPX real quick if David's still in here. It's gonna be the same kind of thesis, brother. Same outlook. I want to see right here this 663 to 664 hold, because that again is our daily 9-moving average here, David. So any holds of this, man, we kind of trickle in, we get a little bit selly, the pre-market, whatever. At this, this purple dashed line is going to open somewhere around here. If that holds, I am not trying to short the market. We're up over the previous day high. We're up over this cluster here. We're pushing into this cluster here from Tuesday. So any sales below this, again, on, like I mentioned on SPY, you can see when we get below this little cluster here, some selling pressure that kicks in. And so that's kind of my line in the sand. If we want a nice round number, David and others watching SPX, 6640 is kind of what I'm watching this week on SPX, and it correlates to SPY as well. QQQ quickly, and then we don't have a ton of requests, but they always trickle in late. I see an Amazon that came in, not a big deal. We'll hit that. Walmart as well. And we don't have too many after that. So 1, 2, we got 5 requests so far. So plenty of time so far, guys. QQQ, guys, similar situation. New all-time highs last week when I was out, when I was gone. A little bit of retracement. And by retracement for new traders, meaning the high of the day is setting lower highs each day. But now we bounced, we made a low here, we made a new low, and now we made a higher low right here. So short term, meaning 3 to 4 days, the trend is down, but now we have stopped that downtrend on Friday. We've reversed Friday's move a little bit. So as of now, short, long-term uptrend is still intact, no doubt. Short term, we are breaking this downtrend right here. And so same thing I'm kind of watching for QQQ. If we kind of trickle into here, a little bit weak pre-market, I don't mean it's super bloody, super selly. Any holds in this 596 pocket on QQQ, any bounces here, you guys, buy that bounce. New traders, you see down candles. For me, that's white. It's hard to say, okay, why am I buying calls if the market is going down? You buy calls at support. So that is these support lines on the downside, each and every one of these. And so early tomorrow, I want to see, does 596 hold? If it does, I'm looking to be bullish on the market, bullish on the day for other trades. Maybe we gap up when we push in this 598. That's fine. If we I call it a gap and go, same thesis. Break, retest. Are we breaking this? Or do we kind of sell underneath this and we start seeing price action like this, price action like this, price action like this, or like this? Meaning we're failing to break over 598 for a continuation. What happens when we fail to get over? We retrace a bit. It can look like this, it could look like this, or something like this. We don't know. But that's what I'm watching. So 2 scenarios for me is either a pre-market early in the day, back test of 596, or if we pop this 598 on big tech, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Google, all those names are kind of running. We're probably over 598. You should look to be bullish and not trying to short a trend until we get up to these big key levels that make sense. Don't just short stuff, you guys, because you think it's up too much or whatever it is. It's got to make sense when you short the market. Okay. On to your guys' request. Israel, I think I'm saying your name correctly, Bank of America. If you're in this one, feel free to unmute. If you're just looking for perspective, let me know in the chat as well. That way I can kind of walk you through this, like if you're already in profits. Okay, already in, perfect. Nice, cool. So for me, let's look at the daily because it's been a little bit. Let me mark some levels here and kind of see where it correlates on our daily. And I'll go through these as detailed as quick as I can because I know some of you guys can't wait around forever. I'm gonna try and get to them as quick as I can, but mark some levels here. Basically what I'm looking for, guys, is big bounce reaction zones. We sell down, big bounces, and do they make sense on larger time frames? We take a look at the daily here, and we'll probably have to zoom out a little bit. I don't think this is all-time highs on Bank of America. I could be wrong. It could be all-time highs, actually. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, we're all-time highs. No big deal. All right. So if you're already in, man, I don't know where you got in. If you're in out profits, it's easy. If you got in somewhere down here, you definitely should be trimming on the way up into these 52, 52.25s and this big 5262. You can see clear as day when breakouts are failing, we retrace. Breakouts are failing. I know an hourly candle got over that. Breakouts are failing to hold, retrace. Breakouts failing to hold, retrace. Anybody not in this and want to be in? Sorry, mute my phone real quick. Right here, this 52.25 is the area of focus. You can see this is kind of our top level, mid-level range, and lower range down here. What happens when we fail to break over 52? Look at these reactions to the downside. Very, very easy chart to trade, you guys. Actually, I might even get some alerts set here on this name. I kind of like this up as well. So very, very tradable chart. Again, if you got in down here, Israel, you should be trimming. You should be trimming for sure up here, all-time highs. I believe that's all-time highs. Don't be greedy because you think 20 or 15 or 30% is not good enough. I'll tell everybody this, you got to trade the chart. The chart says you trim up here. If you're in down here, you definitely trim at these levels. If you're not in, you buy these dips. Nice consolidation range right here, you guys. No reason to be super, super bearish on this name other than maybe a day trade at some important levels here. But very, very nice setup. Crash, I see you in here. Let's hit yours because you DM'd me early, brother. Doc, you got in Thursday, man. So yeah, you're welcome, Israel. A couple of things here, Crash. I like. I'm not gonna say some things I don't like. Some things to be mindful of on DocuSign here. Definitely, if you bought in down here, man, this is the spot to buy the dip. I'm gonna zoom out here just to kind of show you guys what we're working with here on DocuSign. That green line. Look at that green line here as I compress this, or excuse me, expand this chart. We can see we should definitely be buying the dip mode on this 81.15 to 80 support here, or excuse me, 81.15 to 80 support, 81 support. Can't talk, sorry. We got the daily 9 stacked right underneath it. Gotta love that. Overhead, what is overhead? Yellow dashed line, first time talking about that tonight. I know I got quite the Christmas tree colors, but just for education. Daily 200 is overhead. That's where it looks like we opened on Thursday. We rejected that pretty hard. So on the way up, Crash, focus on this red zone, this red line here as I zoom in for you. You're a pretty good trader. You sent me your levels already, but just to talk about here, anyone seeing this chart again? Again, buy your dips down here, meaning buy calls down here. I would not be bearish on a huge support and a daily 9 moving average stacked below. On the way up, like I said, he's in somewhere down here, hopefully. So any push up here, he's going to be some nice profit. So Crash, anything in this 83 zone, man, look at that. Daily 200 is stacked right there. Lines up with these wicks here. These bottom side wicks here on the way up. This high of day from a couple Tuesdays ago is going to be, it's going to be pesky on the way up. So as we push up into this, you got to trim. Break and hold over the daily 200, that's fine. If you're in a couple contracts, trim and trim. I see 3 clear as day obvious price targets. Also, when we start to enter a gap, you guys, that is your first form of resistance, your first troubled area as well. So with an 83 round number, I see stuff like this and the start of the gap. It's clear as day we should be trimming, brother. Hopefully, $1.30 or $1 move. We know what do we know about Greeks? That should pay you very nice, man. I got a ton of shit going on here scribbling, but super, super nice chart, man. If you got that dip down here, congrats, man. I hope that pushes tomorrow this week for you because, again, very, very nice chart, man. Yes, you cannot trim with one contract. You either take your profits at a first target that me or someone else mentioned, or you add on some risk and you hope it goes more. But if he's in down here, and I'm gonna throw out a number. Let's just say 60% profit, and it's not good enough for you, and you're like, well, it's gonna go more. I think it's going more, and it retraces. Now it's 30%. You're like, well, shit, it's gonna go back up. I'm not gonna sell, and it comes back to break entry. You just gave up a 30% trade that if you entered down here, you saw almost no red. Cannot be greedy like that. So trade the chart for sure. All right, back to the watch list so I don't get buried in it. Airbnb, who was that? Jeremiah, you still in here? You are, man. Let me know if you're in that, man. Feel free to unmute your mic if you want. I'm looking in the chat. I don't know if you're in it or looking to be. Just helps me kind of chart it out for you guys and give you my perspective a little bit. Not in looking for leaps. All right, let's do it. Airbnb. I should have some levels on it. I've played this one in the past. Maybe not. Let's see. Got two moving averages stacked up. One will be in leaps. I see some consolidation for sure. I like this a lot, actually. Short term, kind of short term-ish trend line. So I'm on the daily. I'll zoom in for you in a second here, but just kind of want to show you. Ooh, that's a trend line, or excuse me, a horizontal line. We'll just roll with that for now. So I'm seeing some stuff here. So leaps are going to be tricky because it's all about risk level. I'm just going to give you the levels and best perspective I can, man. So we definitely have a trend line here. So big picture look again, Jeremiah. So we're on the daily here. We can see what I'm going to call for now the top range. I know it has broken over that, but kind of short-term range, at least, let's call it a middle range here. This kind of 145. So we know when we sell through that, we get a continuation down. We don't get back to that continuation down. That's fine. You're not in. So what I want to focus on now are these bounce zones here. So every time we get to a big level here, we see a strong reaction bounces again. We're on the daily. So every time we get into this 113, 113.11, we see some buying step in. $7, $8, $9, $10 up. Kind of this 121 zone, 121.14, same thing. When we fail to break over, we reject. Fail to break over, we sell through. But when we get back over, we get a little bit bouncy. So a zoomed in look here, and I'll give you kind of my thesis on some leaps. So you absolutely, this is a nice setup to look for some leaps. You absolutely should for sure. So again, leaps are tricky. I don't have the Greeks, the math power in my head to do this, but what I would do is I like this setup. A couple things to watch here. I do like a buy-in here at this 121 zone. I would leave some buying power. So let's say you want to put a total of $600 in this position. I don't know how many contracts that is, and it doesn't really matter. Everybody should have total position size is based on dollar amount. It's never I buy 10 contracts of Tesla. I'm buying 10 contracts of Bank of America. It doesn't work that way. It's dollar cost averaging. So let's just say you want to put in $500 on this. So let's just say it's two contracts. $500 total. So you're gonna buy one contract at $250. Let's just say it's like a 130 strike, something reasonable, not too far out of the money. I would definitely do a buy-in here as we consolidate over this zone here. Definitely a nice buy-in zone range into here. So now we talk about risk level. If this level breaks here, we see on the daily chart, what happens when we kind of break this 120? We don't go straight down to here, but it is very likely that if we don't start bouncing some of these zones here, we can visit this level. So for me, even with leaps, because it's a mental gymnastics you're playing. You're going, okay, we broke a support level, but I have 300 days or 320 days left on this contract. We broke support. I'm down 12%. No, I don't want to cut this right away. But you do have to have risk management because it does have time decay. So I would definitely scale into here because we've seen on the daily it's a support that matters. It's not just a random recent level. And then I would look to scale in somewhere down here. You're going to be another $9 out of the money, but I don't know. To me, this says this is still a safe zone to hold. Very, very long-term calls and leaps, that is. But again, on the way up, we can see on the daily what we have working against us. Short term, the daily 9, the daily 200 are stacked overhead. So that's going to be pesky on the way up. So if you bottom tick here at 121, I know they're leaps. If you get a $3 move up to this 125, that could be paying you very nice, very early. And then this daily 200. So if I were to go to the daily, we'll look at this yellow line here. That daily 200 is going to be creeping overhead. So you may catch a nice trend here in the coming days and weeks. And then we kind of start petering out here at 130. You're like, okay, why am I kind of flatlining? Well, this daily 200 could be overhead, acting as kind of a horizontal resistance line, smacking it down. And again, yes, they're leaps, but if you're in good profit, you might want to trim some up there for potential failed breakout over that. But if we break over that, that gives me confidence that's going to keep going. But leaps, keep me updated, man. DMs are always open, you guys, if it's our first time DMing and maybe like rejecting the message. But just let me know in trade for guys that you're trying to send me a message, and I'll definitely help every one of you guys that have a trade plan for sure. All right. All right, Bank of America, SPX. We hit it. We hit that. To Bogdan. Hopefully, not butchering your name. I apologize. Amazon, AMZN. 90% red. That is not good, but I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm going to help you. Give me 1 second. Quick drink of water. Never want to let those go that red. But let's see if we can find.
Appreciate it. I know I did. I didn't do what I was supposed to, but
It's all good. It's all good. Let me ask you this: are you in? I don't need to know how much money, because that's private. Are you in what you consider a full position? Like, say you wanted to have $500 in the position, do you put in $500 right away, or are you?
Good question. I'm not sure if I added
partial.
some more to it. I don't think I added to it. I think it was full position.
Okay, so what I'm looking for here, man, I'll be very blunt and honest. I would not add to this because it expires this week. That is not good. It is under what I'm gonna color this red here because we're now under a heavy resistance. I'll zoom out and show you this. But again, I'm not gonna try and make fun.
It's all good. I didn't really expect it to recover because once it like went there, I'm like, okay, that's it.
Yeah, you're pretty. I mean, honestly, you're pretty much. I'll be honest. You're pretty much just looking at some dead money. You might be able to get a nice pump this week, but you got a lot working against you. And also, if you were red, and it was like a 222 strike, like we could pop $2 or $3 in a day, and you could get some of that back. But you're up here at 240, so like the Greeks are not working. They're working against you. So,
but
if I said, man.
Let me ask you something. If it gets like a little bit of a pump, should I just sell it if it gets any sort of value back, or?
Yeah, because I mean that's this Friday expiration. So what's going to happen? Like, just please do not add any more to it because you're not going to get out.
Oh no, I will
just be honest with you.
No, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. But what you can do, if we pop this week, let me zoom in real big here so you can see this, but this is a big level here on the daily. I know if I go to the daily, we'll look at it. So if we pop and break this, so I would just say, like I said, Monday or Tuesday, if we pop this and go and we push up to like this 224 this week, or this 226, I would definitely sell it because again, you have these worse support levels now, that resistance on the way up, brother. And so they're gonna be tricky on the way up because we've seen this kill candle here just from 3 days ago. We push up to here, there's gonna be resistance for sure. And so Monday, Tuesday at the latest, I know it's already 90%, but even if there's $20 left on that contract, you could just say the hell with it, pop this on Monday, sell it, and what the best thing you're doing is you're getting a really shitty red trade off the books, and you're moving on from it. Because the longer it sits, even with the contracts only worth $20, dude, $20 on a river scalp, you can make some money back during the week. And so for me, I hate people say, oh, it's only $20, dude. We can do a lot with 20 or $30 in the market. I know it's not a lot, it's kind of hard, but like it's better than nothing. Like, I'm kind of rambling here. If you're walking on the street with your dog and you see a $20 bill on the ground, are you going to walk past it? No, you're going to pick it up. So Monday, Tuesday at the latest, man, if we get a pop here, just sell it, get out of the trade, mentally move on, and just use it as a learning experience. And the next time we break support, you should kind of go in your head, okay, I need to message a green name and kind of say, hey man, I'm not following my plan, I'm red on this, can you help me out? Because you don't want to keep doing that because this market is going to chew you up, man, and it's going to spit you out. It doesn't care how much money you lost, whether it's $100 or 10,000, and it's just going to chew you up, and it's going to move on to the next contestant. And so just have some risk management, man. It happens to us, and hopefully you can learn from it a little bit, man. Appreciate it though.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yep, and DMs are always open, man. We can definitely talk through some new trades.
Sure.
iPhone, Walmart. What do you got on Walmart? Are you in this one, iPhone? Let me know if you're in it. Let me see. Thoughts on Walmart for the week. Pay attention to the chat. Feel free to unmute if you want. Don't see anything.
Hey, yeah, I was looking at possibly puts for the week. I know it reached its all-time. I was just wondering your general overall thoughts on it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously on the daily, I see for sure 3 indecision candles, and everyone's going to classify it different. But anybody watching this, I'm on the daily, guys. This to me is indecision to me because I have topside wicks, meaning sellers are kicking in. Some here we'll take a look at it somewhere around 103.50, and buyers are kicking in at 102.50. So basically, what is that? A $1 range that we're in that there's no decision on, meaning pushing up, no, we're smacking down, coming down, we're bouncing over and over 3 days in a row. So definitely some indecision here. This can go both ways. You said you wanted some puts, so we can find that scenario on where, I'd be honest, I'm trying to find some puts. So for sure, man, you guys know my charting, how I like my zones here. Absolutely. We can see clear as day this red zone. It's kind of nice to come back to some charts after a week off, not going to lie. We can see when we fail this 103.62, you guys, what happens? We fail to break over. I'm on 1 hour candles. So we're looking at 1 hour candles here. This cluster is a good example here. So right here, you guys, we fail to break over a breakout, meaning getting bullish. What happens? We kind of sell off in today. Fail to break out over like larger term candles. What happens? We retrace back over. We're over it. We get a little bit bouncy. Over it, big time bouncy here. So definitely iPhone, anybody else watching this chart, definitely a tradable chart, man. This is so again, when I say we take puts or calls on any chart, it's got to make sense where. So I see 2 spots first and foremost where I would short Walmart for sure. And again, 103.62. This candle popped up here and is now here as of now. It's a 1 hour candle. My down candles are white. So 103.2 right here, guys. This is my spot. We can see we sell through that. We don't get over. We stay bearish on the day. We push over it or push to it next day. What happens when we fail to break over? Rejection. So again, I talk about you want to bottom tick call as best you can. We can't predict the market. We just try our best. You bottom tick calls that see almost no red. This is top ticking puts potentially. Again, I'm using air quotes. It can go more, but if you want to, if you're like, hey, you know, we keep rejecting here. Where do I short with the least amount of risk? 103.2 is your spot, you guys, because if we get over, you don't hold. For me, I'm not holding puts way up here. Like if I were to alert a day trade, I'm not going to say, hey, I'm getting the puts up here. I'm cutting up here. You guys can cut up here if you want. I'm not taking a 60-cent move against me, but you're basically, your risk is kind of this little cluster here. And you were to mentally, or you were to draw lines, and this is your risk up here. Risk, drawing with a mouse can be really crappy. And your reward potential is this nice cluster down here. Is it going to get to 102.50 tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe it gets halfway and starts bouncing here, but that's how I trade, you guys. That's how I look at stuff. So Walmart for sure. If Walmart, because we can see just last week, we fail to hold this 103.2. What happens, you guys? We get a little bit silly. And this person was talking, you know, they weren't saying leaps, they're super bearish. They're saying, you know, for a day trade. So that's the spot to try. Again, 103.2. Your risk is small, and this is your downside reward potential. Definitely sell as we sell into this cluster here. There's a lot of support, a lot of volume here. So you get your puts, instant green, boom, trim. Now you have a runner. We break these bottom side. It's not the low of the day Friday, but this afternoon low. We break that. Boom. Final PT right down here, man. Very, very tradable chart. And again, if we break under this 103.1 to 103.2, look at this purple line. What are we breaking under? Our daily 9 moving average. That is important for the bulls to hold that. If they do not, that is short-term bearish on Walmart. Nice setup, nice request. I like it so much.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sending some alerts, man. And if you take this, send me a DM, man. Let me know. I love when you guys are like, hey, man, charting helped. I took the trade and it worked. I made some money. For sure.
For sure. Thank you.
Let's see. Tiffany, you still in here? Let's look at Tesla. Always a
What
favorite.
up, 1K?
What's up, Norvi? All right, Tesla on the daily. Tiffany, are you in here? I'm looking at the chat.
Hey, yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, are you in this trade already, or just looking for a perspective on where to get in?
Yeah, I'm looking for a perspective knowing that earnings is coming up, so I just want to position myself.
Sure. Let's see, I got my screen recorded away. How soon are earnings? Sometime in October creeping in?
Yeah, I think it's in like 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. All right. I need some updated levels here on the daily, and then we're gonna zoom out and see, not that it's stalling, but where we kind of stopped last week. So hang with me here.
Yeah, and thanks so much for doing this. This is so helpful.
Yeah, I love it. I love helping you guys, man. Like it's why us screen names stick around, man, because it is boring to trade on your own if you're successful or not. It's fun to have a community. So let's check the daily zoom out. Like I said, I want to see kind of, yep, look at that there. Okay, so not saying be bearish, I'm just saying be mindful of this. Give me 1 second. This little red zone I'm going to draw for you here. Again, everybody trades different, guys. They chart different, but I look for big swing highs and lows in the market. I think it's just the easiest way to do it. It's the most obvious way. Dang it, that was not what I wanted to do. Let's see, 11. There we go. Because it helps me. Like I don't like to trace and try and time breakouts. I look and I say, okay, where we're kind of stalling here. So okay, Tiffany. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. So up here, basically 9 months ago, this kind of December level here, this cluster, we sold down here. Get some drawings for you, just kind of visualize what we're doing. We sold down, we bounced up, and really never made it back over kind of this cluster here. It was kind of selling. You know, everybody hates Elon and Tesla. Got the big breakout. You know, the big moves from election, a little bit of this, and then a nice breakout last couple of weeks. So I love that. So what I'm going to look for, if you want to be bullish on this, I'm going to go to the hourly chart here. We'll focus on that red zone again, and I want to see a breakout retest for sure, or a buy the dip mode. So I'll give you two scenarios. So again, we're on that daily. We've seen that red zone, that pesky red zone, and it's still even on the hourly chart. We can see how we fail to break over, how tricky that is. So basically 445 flat, you Tesla lovers, that is the level to watch tomorrow. So I don't mean, you know, a 1 minute candle or playing the open. I mean a little bit of patience, guys, because Tesla can smoke here. So I'm going to zoom in real big here. So what I want to see here, early in the day, I want to see a 15 or 30 minute candle. Yes, you're going to have to pay a little bit more if it holds, if they kind of build, you know, a candle like this and a wick on the bottom. Yeah, you didn't bottom tick here, but at least you didn't take a call here and it sells through. I'm just talking to anybody, not just Tiffany, and it sells through quick and you get smoked. So I want to see, this is resistance, no doubt about it. Can't lie. We see on the chart. I want to see, let me clear this here, a breakout. So something in the pre-market, we retest it, we slam it, buyers kick in, the tape lights up, and boom, we're off. That is confidence that, hey, resistance, even from last week, is possibly flipping support. If we open around this or under this, and we kind of half-ass push over and we start double topping here, we set an opening range, I do not like calls here because we see that reaction there. When it sells hard. You do not want to top tick calls here at 445. Panic, you're instantly down 150 bucks. You're like, shit, where do I sell? So first case, best case scenario to be bullish is a breakout retest for day trades and swings. And then before you even do that, should hopefully have a plan. All you guys that are looking at this, definitely this high, this after hours and pre-market high from Thursday. And then we can zoom out even more for possible day trades. But if we kind of sell this red zone, I think we need to wait and be patient on calls. So cheating here with my lines here. Option 2. This is option to be patient on calls. If we kind of chop in here, this is no man's land for me. I just don't like it because we can get kill candles each way. We can look bullish and then get some BS like this and kill it off instantly. If we fail this 440, again, pop quiz, where's the highest volume levels during the day? The end of the day, excuse me, the beginning of the day and the end of the day is where the most volume is stacked, or if we get some news, okay? If we fail 440, look left. That is Friday's close. We are now closing or breaking under Friday's high of the day. I know we got some after hours action here, but I do not like calls here if we fail this 440. So if we kind of trickle in here and we knife through this, I think it's time to be patient on some calls, take some puts, and for a little bit of retracement, move down here. We might be able to catch this hourly 20. I haven't talked about that, this yellow line tonight. Or if we kind of open down here, let's just say whatever reason we kind of gap down a little bit tomorrow. If we're kind of in no man's land, take your puts and then slam some calls here, Tiffany, or anybody else watching at this 434.35. Because we look here, why are we taking calls here? Look at that reaction. We break out, retest. Look at those bottom side wicks. So same thing I was talking about, breakout, retest here. Same thesis, what we want to do, we want to catch calls. The worst thing we can do, because we want to catch Tesla, and we have a bias, is we take calls here. A little bit red. Let me average down here. A little bit red. Let me average down here. Now you take calls. Now there's an alert from Epinot or whoever, a couple guys like Tesla. Now they're getting the calls here. They're instant green. You're like, well, shit. I guess this average is green, but I'm still red here, red here. This whole time down, you had too much bias. You could have been in puts because rejected here, and then you slap calls here like a smart trader. So very, very tradable setup, Tiffany. But again, tricky spot. Please be mindful, you guys, this 445. And also my disclosure, if Tesla is too much for you, too much high octane, TSLL, look at this chart here. Big dip down, big dip up. Look at that. Does it look the same? Because it is. TSLL is leveraged Tesla. Same thing. 21.2 is this 445 on Tesla. So you can look at and chart the Tesla chart if you want, because this has some time decay in it because it's a leveraged position. You can trade this super cheap, you guys. Super cheap. How cheap? Let me prove it to you. TSLL weeklies, 375. Oops, that's not a weekly. That's a weekly. 115 bucks. Tesla, the real deal, weekly, $1,000, 1,200 bucks. You tell me what the smarter trade is, especially for smaller portfolios. Great setup though, great chart, you guys. But again, TSLL, TSLL. I can't type. You guys get the point. Great setup though, great request. All right. And send me a DM too. If you get in that trade, I will be happy to help you more for sure. Errol, you're a regular. Glad to have you in here. Target, let's take a look. Are you in this one, Errol, or want to be? I'll pay attention to chat. I'll wait for you. Looks like you're still in here. Perspective, perfect. All right. What is this target? Let's zoom out. Let's see where the heck we're at. What we've been doing on target. Ooh, Selly. Perfect example. You guys don't, not saying don't believe me, but don't believe us that moving averages are a form of resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look at that. Resistance, that moving average. Damn right. And on the bottom side, bounces, support, support. That's why I point those out to you guys on the chart. Never ignore your daily moving averages. All right. Perspective. Where are we we're sort of forming a rounding bottom here. Let's draw a line, see how good my charting is, and we'll zoom left and see buyers are not winning, but sellers are also not making any progress. So let's zoom out and see where the heck we're at. Yeah, makes sense. How far out do I gotta zoom before we can see that level again? Oh yeah, all right, see? Never delete your lines. I know I didn't have these lines. My point is leave your lines on your chart always and forever, you guys, because if markets get weak for any reason or a company gets weak, they come back to those levels here. So this arrow, this 86 to 87, nice area of interest here on the daily. I'm going back. So guys, I had to go back to 2018 here, and this was 2019, and then a big pop, and then this is probably COVID BS here. So yeah, not a spot I want to, it can get bearish some more, but not a spot where I want to swing puts for sure. Definitely not down here. So kind of a mixed bag, because it's definitely a little bit of consolidation down here, Errol, but a couple of things I like, a couple of things to be mindful of. I want to get a couple lines in here for you. So break and retest, kind of this range here, this 87 to 88 range, we'll call it, kind of the messy range here. But I do like this. So we're catching these buys down here. So people that are buying shares, I know you're not up a lot, but if you're bottom ticking options, you're happy. If you're buying options down here, you're getting paid instantly. Buying options, paid instantly. Bottom tick, instantly. If you're top ticking up here, there's a little bit of risk because you're trying to catch a breakout and you're seeing a little bit of red instantly. So what I would do on this trade here, same thing with Tesla. Errol, if we get a breakout retest of this kind of 88.16, that is proving that this is a little bit of resistance here. We're proving that their buyers are attempting to flip that to support. What else do we have stacked underneath us? Look at this purple stair step down. That is my daily 9 moving average. That is stacked there. What is that on the way down? Resistance. What is that underneath us? two forms of support stacked right there. That's essentially like literally stacking two support lines back to back. You break that, you hold that, you do not want to be in puts right there. We break under, yeah. Similar to Walmart scenario where you're like, hey, it's got to make sense if you want to be bearish on something. Break under that, yeah. Be bearish for a day trade. You know, trim, definitely trim down here. Probably sell all your puts because when I see wicks like that, probably going to bounce. Definitely a tradable chart. Nice setup on target here, you guys. You guys are looking at this, but again, stair stepping down, top side resistance, top side resistance. Boom, we flip that into support. That's where a short-term downtrend is now reversed. These lows are now higher. We talk about higher lows for a trend reversal. Nice chart request. Very, very nice, you guys. Yeah, Norvin, had to take a little break, man. Had some health issues going on, man. Again, quick disclaimer, guys. Don't ignore shit, man. I had something going on that put me in the hospital for 3 days. Not fun. But I'm back. Should be back active this week, man. But appreciate the love, Norvin. Let me check here. Target. Offington, I think. That's how you say your name. Hood. Let's hit it. That's a crowd favorite. Let's hit it. Are you in this one or just looking to be? Are they still in here? Let's see. They're in here. Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man? What you got on this one?
Hey, what's going on? I'm down I'm down 28%.
Okay. Can you quickly tell me which day did you enter? Do you remember what price level? It's really easy to tell on the chart and kind of give you a game plan if you're able to tell me like 124, 125. Do you kind of remember about where you entered at?
Let me see. I think maybe 124.
Okay. Because that can kind of help me guide John, you know, if you need to take an average or if you're looking to take an average. We never recommend you guys taking averages, but if you have money set aside to do it and it makes sense, I can definitely kind of tell you where you should be doing that at. When does this contract expire and what strike are you at? Is it like a 125x strike price?
So the expiration date is October 23rd.
Cool, you got a little bit of time.
And what do I have it at? My strike price I think is 129.
129. All right. So you're a little bit out of the money. Not too bad. $7 out of the money. So here's what I see, man. You're down, but like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat anyone's setup or anything like that. I do like this. So if we zoom out here, man, we can kind of see again, kind of the same thing where I talk about breakout retests, you guys. So same thing to look at here is if we look back a few weeks, we kind of broke out of this zone here, this little squiggly line zone here. We broke out. We didn't close over on the daily. When we failed to close over on the daily, we kind of sold under. But then a couple of weeks later, or yeah, after that, we broke out, we retested, and it formed support. And now coming back here, last 2 days here, look at these last 2 days. It is now, this support right here is still acting as support. I'm gonna zoom in for you because I know you guys are kind of on your phones a lot, so no big deal. But that's what I want you to look at and focus here. So October 23rd, for me, if you're truly in a partial position and you want to average down, I would definitely take an average here. Down here, I want to, the key, you guys are anybody watching, listening with average down, it's got to make sense. You can't just go, I entered here. I'm not saying he said this, but I'm down 28%. Let me just take an average. You don't want to take an average kind of in the middle of no man's land. You want to take an average where it makes sense, because if we sell into here, brother, and you take an average here, two things. You bottom tick calls, hopefully on support, and your second entry is now instantly green. I know your overall position will still probably be red, but that second entry you took is instantly green here, and that instantly helps you. So anywhere down on this 120 to 126.3, if that happens this week, man, I think this is a trade I would definitely average down on a setup. I mean, this is a safe setup to average down. However, if you average down, let's just say you average down on Monday. You take an average here. We kind of trickle in. We don't do much on Monday. Tuesday, we get tweets or whatever, and we just have a bearish day. We've seen here, you have to be able to cut a trade that is not working for you. Larger time frame. Look at this thick line here. Anybody watching? Yes, you took an average here, but what does this tell us here if we break this support here? That is a big break of structure, meaning Big breakout, up, retest, up, back test support. This is the support here. What happens when we break this level? Look how ugly this gets. Look how ugly this gets. We don't get here. Look at this ugly price action retracement. Okay. So you're in calls. You got to be able to stomach and have the mental strength. You guys, it's the only way you're going to be profitable in this market. If 120 breaks, brother, you're new with your new average, you're not going to be down a lot, but this is a cut for me. This is a break of this upward trend here. It's a break of this big support. I do not want to be in calls here. So I'm telling you, it's a safe spot to take an average, but you got to be smart. If you do take an average and you're in profits, great. What is our game plan on the way up? It's simple. You averaged in down here, awesome. So somewhere around here, you're going to be about break even. What do we have here? You have your daily 9 moving average. That's the spot to watch. So we break out over, fine. Where are we selling? Your initial entry point, because big rejection, big kill candle that engulfed that, didn't make it up. What do? We continue down. The worst thing you can do here, man, you take an average, maybe you're in profit here, maybe you're in profit here. Let's just say you're back up 20%. 20% is not good enough for you. You don't sell here and retrace. Now what? You're back to square one, and you got this mental gymnastics going on of, oh man, I let a red trade go green, now back red. Now what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to hold. Okay, you're not down very much. Fine. And the next day, we break this. Now you're really mentally, you're not having fun because we just broke support. So play the chart, man. DMs are always open. If you need help, send me a DM. I'll definitely help you on this. I know it's a crowd favorite. Grizzlies loves it. But man, if we break this 124, game on, man. Anybody watching this, if we break that this week, it's fairly safe for calls. Can it reject? Yes. But if you break this, man, you have a few contracts, ride this on the way up. Trim these sneaky wicks, trim here, trim up here for sure. Very, very tradable chart. Nice request. All right. Yep. Appreciate it, man. Super good steps, you guys, so far. Not just saying that. All right. Trying to get copy, guys, the chat going in order. Thank you for being patient. I'm not trying to skip anybody. Z, still in here? DD, I think that's Datadog, I think. DDOG, feel free to unmute if you want, man. I see your name in the chat. So let's see. Looking at a 145 for 1017, like the strike, like the expiration, like this curling. Let's check this on the daily. What are we doing here on the daily? All right. A little bit of trouble overhead. So we don't want to chase the breakout, but we want a foot in the door probably, right? So we definitely want to be mindful of this cluster here. So we see this, we closed over it a few weeks ago and then sell through it, closed over it, big rejection. So somewhere in here, I mean, we can zoom in, we can see where the selling really, really kicks in, where we see the big volume probably. But, and then as we trickle in this, basically this 140 flat, username Z, we see these top side wicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do we want to take calls at the top of those wicks? No, you didn't say you did, but just for education. Got to be watching that. So similar to Tesla, you guys, you either need to bottom tick here somewhere around kind of this 128.23. So this bottom tick would be kind of this afternoon consolidation breakout retest from Friday. I love that zone there because we can see that price action. We fail under it, we move big. We hold over it, we move big. So you either need to have some patience and bottom tick here because you have, I'm not gonna say no risk, everything has risk, but very, very low risk because if we bounce that, you're instant green. Or just like Tesla, we see these pesky wicks here. This is, I gotta be honest, this is kind of no man's land for me. So it might take a day on this trade, but if we break this wick here from, probably 2 or 3 Thursdays ago, and we break and retest over this zone here, that's big, big, big. It's bad for sellers. It's bad for people that want to short this. It's good for people that want to get a breakout retest of this. So for me, brother, it's just high trade. It might be too conservative for you, but a break and retest the 141. This is a no man's land unless you want to day trade this, or we bottom tick some calls here. And again, I say we got to be patient, man. It can happen in 30 minutes. It can happen. It can happen at the open tomorrow. We just don't know. But again, when I see this, I don't want to be bullish right here and then just see potentially instant green when I see these top side wicks here. So a very, very tradable setup, but we break this and it's on. Sellers are trapped under 141, and it's going to be hopefully a big move. Man, you guys, super nice steps. You guys love it. All right. Joshua, MP, one of my old loves.
What's up, man?
I used to day trade this on shares so much, man. Are you in this, man? Shares, options? What are you thinking?
I shorted the double top. I got out a little too early, but it was still a nice trade. I'm kind of seeing it at these lower levels now, and just kind of
Oh,
I
is
might
it-
try it for the upside
oh,
next.
for sure. Is this Avenger?
Huh?
No. No, sorry. All right. So
This is my own. I've been looking at metals lately and mining.
Oh, no. I thought this was username Avenger. I thought I recognized your voice. Sorry, man.
Oh no, Josh, we might have
Oh.
a similar voice though.
Oh, good, man. It's all good. All right. Okay. So sorry, repeat that. Just got a little excited. You shorted the double top up here.
Yeah,
Cool. Did you trim? Be honest, as I draw the support.
I trimmed too fast.
Too fast. Right. Well,
I
hey,
got in Thursday and then I was trimming out Friday morning, but it was just bleeding. And
well, obviously,
I-
in hindsight, it's too fast. But man, when you get in a trade, you swing, you see almost no red. You know how hard it is to make money in this market, man. Don't beat yourself up too much. Definitely, definitely down around here, man. I'm not gonna lie. How many contracts you got left? You don't have to say how much money you got in, but how many
oh
contracts?
no, I'm out completely on
Out
the
completely.
puts.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So now I'm looking for maybe calls in this range, but I
Yep.
just want to see what you think.
Yep, exactly. So definitely the 69, 69, 54 pocket here for sure, man. You guys know how I trade these swing highs and lows. When I see stuff like this, we're bouncing here. Under it, we get selly. Over it, bounce, under. Selling. Over, you get the point, everybody watching. So zoom to the right here. Definitely want to be looking at some calls here, brother. See if I can cheat and reuse these levels here. Yeah, if we bottom tick kind of 69.54, again, it's not a random level. We proved it on the chart. And also, what is it from Friday? It's kind of that cluster volume there. If we bounce that, why didn't we bounce it just on Friday? A little bit of retrace. Yeah, we didn't push all the way up. We got probably a 50-cent move out of it. So that delta is going to pay you pretty nice, half of your delta. So definitely, man, you want to slam calls here with confidence, but you don't want to hold forever. So if we break that, it comes down to your risk level and how much time you have. Yeah.
Is this a candle pre-market, the one that's showing at the end there?
I mean, it's technically it's after hours because it hasn't crossed over to the next day here. So we kind of have to see what we'd have to check, maybe, Robinhood to compare it. But as of now, it's kind of sitting right here at basically 70 flat, 69, 69. Yeah. Spread's a little wonky, but that's where it's sitting here, what's on the bid and ask. So yeah, if it opens at there, man, that's your spot to try it. But again, if we break this is your risk level defined. So you have a support, it's about $1.50 below. I'm dumb on math. The daily 9 is below as well. So what you do is you either take calls and you hold for red and get beat up, or you take calls and you said, hey, we broke support, and you get into puts and you forget about that 15-20% loss on calls. You make nice money on puts on the way down, and then you try your calls on the next big support level here. Because also, what do we talk about? Our moving averages. You got your green dash line, your daily 20. So since we had a down day, that's going to kick these down. They're going to stair step, something like that. Let me clear this real quick. So this daily 20 is probably going to be stacked somewhere right around here because it's the average of the day. We had a down day, so the moving average is going to move down.
Yeah, I like calls maybe down there.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it
Honestly,
gets there.
man, yeah, we can kind of treat this as a no man's land if you want. So when I say that to people, I just say, be patient, man. Just literally send alert here and go, hey, maybe it triggers 30 minutes tomorrow. Maybe it takes 2 days. But that's how you guys, this is your little trick is you don't have to stare at materials MP all day. You don't have to stare at QQQ. Send alert and it pops up on your phone or wherever it is. You go, oh shit, this is the level we talked about in class. And if you kind of get to it late and you start seeing stuff like this, brother, let's just pretend that this level is this down here. We start seeing those bottom side wicks. These are 1 hour candles. That is saying 1 hour. Sellers couldn't take it. 1 hour. Sellers couldn't take it. Another hour. 4 hours right here. Sellers made no progress. That's where you guys look for, confidence, conviction, whatever you want to call it, that, hey, is this support good? Yeah, it's bouncing. It took them 4 hours. They did not sell through that. Take your calls. Your stop is short. Your stop is basically, if we break below that, That's a new low of the week, I think. Let me get out real quick. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
didn't
think
break.
so.
We didn't break that low of the week. So what I tell you guys is, previous day high low, previous week high low. So this is a big, big level here. If we come into here, we break that. That is short-term bearish. We broke a new low to start the week. You do not want that to be in calls. So nice setup, man. Follow up with me on this if you take that. And nice job on
Yeah.
those puts. Like I said, he's seen a double top. He's not just shorting it just because he had confluence and a reason to short it. So nice work
The
on that one.
double top is from the previous high. If you go back far enough, you'll see it.
Yeah,
This is
love
a
it.
really
Yep.
nice setup. I was waiting for a while on that one.
Damn right, man. Damn right. Those late call chasers probably got cooked on that. Nice work, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. All right,
And
guys, go
then,
as quick as I can. Let's see here.
could you take a quick look on silver? We don't have to go as in depth, just like quick peek at silver.
Yeah, let me gotta be quick, man, because I wanna there's a couple people waiting. People kind of trickle out. You know who's really good at this? River or a Joe named Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be I don't have much perspective. Joe follows like all these markets, gold and all this. Message either in pro or in regular tab and just kind of say, hey Joe, do you like shares, do you like swings, or what are you looking for in silver? And he can definitely I'm just not experienced to this. I'm just other than a chart level. He knows rotation, he knows kind of like sentiment on this. He would be really, really good to ask for this one for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
That looks toppy though.
Oh yeah. MMA piece. Wait, MMA? That can't be you. No way, it's you. If you're in here, unmute. That can't be you. Google. Are you in this one, man? There's no way that's the owner of the Discord. I mean, he's cool, but he's not here right now. MMA, are you in here? Still here. October 17th, 262.50, down 55%. All right, you're bleeding out a little bit. Got a little bit of time. Let's see if there's hope for you. Do you remember where at on the chart you entered? That way I can kind of say, hey, if we average down, you may be in profit. Let me know since I got you on the chat, which is cool. I'll get a couple more lines going here. Where are we bouncing here? Give me 1 second. Gotta text some family. Sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. All right, definitely a big support here. I'm watching. Definitely rejection zone overhead. We'll run a little bit long. It's all good, guys. I'm in no hurry. All right, so daily chart here. Definitely clear and obvious wick here to the bottom side, and clear and obvious spot here where it failed to break lower. Entered at 252. Cool. So we'll get something going there. All right, so we'll zoom in here. And again, I don't disclose averaging down, but if you want to average down in what perspective, this is how and where I would do it. You're down 55%, pretty big chunk you're down. But not all hope is lost because you're sitting at a big support. If you do take an average down, I'm not gonna lie, this is the spot to do it because we reclaimed it Thursday, we held it Friday. And looking back, get some drawings here, it makes sense where we are holding, breakout hold where we held Friday. So again, I'm gonna be very blunt with you. If you do take an average, again, you didn't say you wanted to, but if you do take an average here, this, you gotta have risk management. Again, you guys, because you guys can be just pick on this person, this is just for anybody. You can be just holding calls, bleeding out, bleeding out, bleeding out. Well, you could have just cut it a support and you could have got inputs and made all that money back and forget about it. So that is my point here with Google, and any setup we look at tonight is take an average here with a high level of confidence. If we bounce it, again, your average is instantly green and you're going to make back some of that money pretty quick here. So best case scenario, again, your average down is green and you start looking definitely at this 250, 250.15. Top side wick. Cluster there, sell through. So this here was support. If we get to it tomorrow, It is resistance on the way up when we hit here. So again, you got to be mindful of that. I don't know if you're going to be green here on this average, but again, you have to play the chart. Because if you take an average here and you're up and say you're only down 12%, you're like, okay, it's going to break out. Well, the daily 9 moving average is overhead too. And you don't sell, and we retrace, and we open Tuesday and we're back to break even. You're like, well, shit, I should have sold there. And what happens? We sell through this, and you're like, well, damn it. Now I'm deep red. So for me, if you take an average, you must watch this 246.66. If this sells, you see how ugly it gets. I could go back and look left probably on how ugly that gets if we sell through 246. I do not want you holding a call position. You already averaged down. I'd probably go back too far, but that is a break of structure. So this little structure up here is holding support, support, support. We break below that, you're going to be hurting. And again, you could cut a trade that looks ugly, mentally move on from it, and make money on puts on the way down. It eases the mental and financial burden. So the longer you guys hold red trades, again, I'm not just saying it for this person, but everybody, the quicker you can move on if you cut it. Okay. When you hold it day after day, what do? You open your port and it just bleeds out, bleeds out, bleeds out. Yes, you're welcome. DM me in Discord if you have any more questions. Be happy to help you. Just don't want you guys, anybody holding super, super deep red trades. All right. Starbucks. Oh man, did you guys profit on this yet? I logged in a couple days last week in the hospital. It's like every time I log in, Starbucks, you piece of shit. Starbucks, you POS. Why aren't you breaking out? Oh man, attempted breakout here over the red zone, and it just could not hold it. I know it's a shark play. He is an awesome swing trader, but he'd even tell you he does not like that 85 that did not hold. So I think we entered somewhere back here. I think maybe he alerted an average. I don't know if he's averaging your original position, but some things to watch here. Again, not just because it's shark, I'd say that about anybody's trade. Follow his game plan, but this would be my game plan. If you got in anywhere down here, obviously it's in hindsight. This red zone here, I probably would have told someone if they would have DM'd me. If you're in down here and you're in profit, you've got to sell to this 85 to 85.50. This is a big ass level here, you guys. Go to the daily. Big ass. Look at this cluster here. I know I got a lot going on here, but if I zoom in, that 85 to 85.50 failed breakout. See that? This is that level that we want to reclaim, breakout, retest, and move and move and move. But it failed. And now we got moving averages overhead. Again, I'll be blunt with you guys. Can't love that. Don't love that for calls. But hopefully you got out some profit. Hopefully you guys are hedging if possible. But next chance of support here to watch this week for me, again, Shark and everybody else has different levels here. 83.53. 83.53 has paid me over and over and over. Failed breakout over, sell. Failed breakout over, sell. Break over, we move. Under, sell, under, sell. Over, we move. Over, move. Reclaim it is nice. Under, what happens when we don't break over? Don't believe me? Selling pressure the rest of the day. So tomorrow, the level to watch, 8353. Let's play it. We're day traders. If this candle holds, don't be fearful, guys. Breakout retests, slam your calls. When it holds, look at the move we do. Look at the move we get, continuation. We sell under and we fail to break out a little under. Look at the move we get to the bottom side, okay? Do not be married to trades, you guys. I know this is a one that like I said, hopefully you guys are in profit. I see it. I see it talked about every single day, which is fine. It's a fun one to day trade. But 83.53, that's the spot to watch for a day trade or new entry tomorrow. Get bullish, get bearish on a day trade. That's how I'd trade that for sure. I know I'm kind of going through these quick. We're running long. I want to make sure I try and get everybody at least one for sure. Got that one, got that one, got Crash, got it, Jeremiah got it, Norby got it.
Yo, 1K, I want to ask you a question. I don't want to interrupt. I just want to say if
You're actually up next, brother. You want
I
to
am. Oh, okay, I was just about to ask you that.
QUBT, is that right? QUBT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going in order, guys, and Norman was next. How you doing, man? QU.
Pretty good, man. I had a pretty intense week. Ricketti's been one of my biggest gainers this month. Did over almost 700%, bro, just in shares.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What's your, let's see, 10 expiration averages 2, sold at the top, and is that you said you trimmed and now you're down on original or almost down on the original entry?
No, so on Friday I woke up late, bro, and those
Uh-huh.
contracts were at 350.
And then
Um,
what?
and
No,
then
and
they
then
dumped to 140.
no, don't make excuses. And then what? You woke up and what? Let me check this chart. What times you wake up? I know you're in Temecula. What times you wake up, brother?
Bro, I woke up at 2.
2 p.m. Oh shit. Okay. So I'm gonna say, man, if you Norva, if you woke up here and you seen 350, I'm gonna kick your ass, man. But all right, I know you work nights, brother. It's all right. Not gonna rag you. You woke up, it was up, it's down. Let's figure out a plan for you, man. You're a regular. I can tease you. It's all good, man. What I do see, man, first and foremost, not gonna sugarcoat it. Oops, bouncing that daily 9, that purple dash line, dude. Love that. So you're down. If you're truly in a half position, man, this is the spot to do it. And I'm not just saying it because you're down. I would be honest with you, like, hey, it's a shit trade. You need to cut it. But when I see bounces like this, man, right here, like again, like I told other people in those charts, when I see stuff like this, bounce, stuff like this, bounce, that bottom wick, bounce, sell under, it's selly, bouncing. This is spot, man. And like I said, this is probably your only one and not only chance to take an average here. This support right here for sure, 20 flat is the spot to do it, because if you bounce this, you're instant green on your average. And again, I'm not just saying that to anyone. Your purple dash lines, your daily 9 moving average is stacked right like to the penny, 19.99. Can't get any better than that, man. So if and when you do want to take an average, this is the spot to do it. But again, not going to sugarcoat it. If you take an average and it slices through, you can see how selly this gets, man. When we sell through 20, that can get ugly very, very quick. You don't want to take a deep loss, man. Like, tell anybody, don't get married to the trade. You took an average, you're red, it didn't work out, that's fine. Get into puts, take that damn thing to 19, take it down to 18, because you can see how that move, how quick that is. Any candle form we look at, we break that 20, sell, sell, sell. Like, you catch a dollar move, you're going to forget about this trade and you're going to bank a whole dollar down to the downside. Then maybe take a dip by at 19, maybe, because it makes sense. We see that bounce there on Thursday. Does that help you, man?
It sure does. I'm also, I don't know if, I know it's ran so much, bro, but considering quantum, we're like in the early stages, even buying shares here long term, I think is gonna pay big.
Yep. Let me check chart, man, for sure, real quick. I mean, yeah, it ran for sure, man. Not gonna lie. I just want to check other. Let me check the chat, make sure I'm getting everybody since we're running long. But let's see. Crash is out of here. That's cool. We got his request in. Always be winning. Still in here, yeah, man. My levels, I don't know, man. It's a made up term, maybe not. I just look for swing highs and lows. So a little off. That's probably most of our most of our requests tonight, you guys. If you guys got a jet out of here, cool. If you want a little extra education, I think I got one request from everybody. I'm checking the chat. A lot of thank yous,
Yep.
guys. A lot of headouts.
Yo, 1K, how'd you like that Nebius? You see Anthony?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I checked DM or not DMs, but the Discord. Like, that's crazy, man. Crazy, crazy. Always be winning. How do I draw levels, man? Create do drawing set. Nope. I already called it tonight too. Yep. So what I do, I go the daily, especially if it's a new name. Anybody watching, this is how I chart. Everybody does it differently, but so I look for lose my voice. I can tell it's 6 o'clock my time. So swing high, petered out, dip down. Swing low, we start seeing some bounces, reversal. Probably want to line there. Back to the swing high, we kind of fail to break over. Probably definitely want to line there. Swing high, retracement. Coming down here, we're bouncing. So I just look for, I go the daily level, and I like the 1 hour and 4 hour chart when I find a day trade. I look for these little moves here. Swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. You get the point. So this is the SPY chart. Anybody wants a little charting education, I look at this. I will start on the daily or the 4 hour. I personally like intraday levels because you can catch those sneaky pre-market wicks that tend to fake everybody out. So if I were to go to the day, or excuse me, the 4 hour, a lot of what I said will still make sense. So quick charting here. Again, a little bit of a swing high here. So I kind of start in the middle, get my drawing level here. And what I do is I hover over. So I'm focusing on this here. We kind of pushed up here. I believe that was a new high a day, and we kind of retrace. And as I hover over here, I'm going to just draw the line just to show you. So I'm focused on here. I'm looking to the right. As I hovered over there, I'm seeing daily candles. Let me zoom way in, you guys. I know you guys, like I would say, you're on your phone. I zoom way in. I focus on here. And what do we do 2 days later? We have a lot of candles opening and closing right here. So meaning I was laser focused here in my eyes, and I looked to the right and have all these candles that are starting right here. And I look right even more, and we got a lot of action here. And I look right even more. I know we sold through a little bit and we're bouncing. I look right even more, and now we got these pre-market wicks. I tell you about those sneaky ones. And we look right even more. So you think this level matters here? I know we could argue, hey, maybe kick it down a little bit to catch these wicks here, but that's literally what I do. I hover over with the line on the chart. I go up and down, up and down. So I'll do another line for you here. So I'm gonna kind of focus on this area here. So I'm kind of hovering over this wick here. Does it make sense kind of where we're bouncing? I kind of, maybe I want to move it down here. I like this level here. So I'm gonna click it. Big wick. So that is big action there. I like to grab bottom of these wicks, because that is, what is that? That is the candle opening here on this 4 hour candle. Sellers are cheering, they're cheering, they're cheering. Oh man, we're gonna crack 660, bearish day, bearish day, bearish day. Oh, we're gonna take our puts here. Nope. For whatever reason, a big buy triggered right here. Don't believe me? Look at that price action there the next day. I know it didn't get there. Don't believe me? Look at that price action there. Failed break below 660. Don't believe me? Where did that candle open on Friday? 660. Okay. That's what I do. Always been winning. Anybody looking at my charting on how I do it. And we can even break it down on the 1 hour. Do those levels make sense? You're damn right. Where are we seeing price action? Heavy price action. So obviously I can draw some wicks maybe somewhere in here and grab kind of this swing high right here, catching these here. And we look left, and yep, I'm grabbing this wick here, and I'm grabbing these candle bodies here. So it just, you guys, it's time in the market. I started November 2020, been charting not every day, but I've been in the markets every single day, helping you guys trade on my own. So it just comes down to timing in the market. When you guys drive a stick shift manual transmission, you're going to be crappy your first day, but you do it every day and you're shifting, you're not looking at that shift knob, and you're good after, a couple of weeks, and you don't have to think about it. Same with this. Same with brushing your teeth, same with basketball, same with football, same with throwing darts, whatever it is, you guys will get good at. It just takes time, you guys, as I always say. Pick something new. If you guys haven't traded DDOG, if that was a new name for you tonight, pull up down the chart. It'll be a fresh chart for you. Chart some levels, send it to me and say, hey, this is kind of what I did based off how you chart. How's it look? What do you think? And I'll help you out. The people that send me DMs with a trade plan with a chart set up, you guys always have first priority. If you send me a DM in the morning, it just says, hey, what are your SPY levels? Hey, should I take calls here? It's like, well, you're putting no effort in. You want me to do all the effort for you. I'm not going to chart something out for you and say, hey, take calls here, cut here, take your profit here. You got to put in a little bit of effort, you guys. That's my spiel. But you guys, send me a DM if you want help. DMs are always open. I know I'm rambling. I'm running long. Those of you guys that stuck around, hopefully you guys have a good night. I'll try and be a little bit active tomorrow. I'm still not really, physically I'm able. Mentally, I just need a few days to recoup, get my life back together, so to speak. I got a lot of doctor stuff to figure out tomorrow and Tuesday. Again, not a pity party, but just trading is not a priority for me right now. I'm healthy, I'm better, but I'll probably be active probably Tuesday, Wednesday, you guys. So hopefully some watch lists and some trades from me. But I've been checking the Discord. You guys been kicking ass. I've been looking at gains tab. Shark swings, Zabe swings, River had a day with no losses. You guys are good. You guys are in good hands. You guys aren't really missing me too much. But yeah, hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday, guys, I'll get back in it. Again, thank you for sticking around, you guys. With that, I'm going to end the chat. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you guys this week.